There's a specific kind of confusion that doesn't look dramatic. You wake up, you go through the motions, but something feels undefined. You're not who you used to be, but you're not sure who you are becoming. And the quiet thought underneath it all is this: did I lose myself? What if you didn't lose yourself at all? What if you're standing in a psychological space very few people understand? The space between identities. Being between identities feels like drifting. The goals that once excited you feel distant. The relationships that once defined you feel slightly out of sync. Even your opinions feel negotiable. You scroll, you compare, you wonder how everyone else seems so certain. Psychologically, this state often emerges after disruption, a breakup, a career shift, a value change, a success that didn't feel like you thought it would. In developmental psychology, identity is not a fixed object, it's a narrative construction. Researchers like Erik Erikson described identity as something we continually reorganize across life stages. Later, James Marcia called this process identity moratorium, a period of exploration where old commitments dissolve, but new ones haven't solidified. And here's the uncomfortable part. Moratorium feels like chaos from the inside, because your brain prefers stability. Your sense of self is maintained by networks in the medial prefrontal cortex, regions involved in self-referential thinking. When your behaviors, beliefs, or social roles shift, those networks lose predictive clarity. Your brain starts asking, "Who am I now?" And when it can't answer quickly, you interpret that uncertainty as failure. But it's not failure, it's transition. When identity loosens, it can feel like emptiness, but emptiness is not absence, it's openness. There's a psychological phenomenon called cognitive dissonance. When your actions and beliefs stop matching, discomfort arises. Most people resolve dissonance by shrinking back into old patterns. You didn't. You allowed the old version of you to dissolve. That feels unstable. But instability is not pathology. It's neuroplasticity in motion. Your brain is updating its internal model of you, and updating feels like loss before it feels like growth. Your brain is a prediction machine. At its core, it runs on one primary goal: reduce uncertainty. From a neuroscience perspective, the brain constantly generates models of reality, including a model of you. This is sometimes described under predictive processing theory. Imagine your identity as a software operating system. Your habits are the apps, your beliefs are the code, your social roles are the interface. When life changes, the operating system needs an update, but during the update, the screen goes black. You panic. The brain's threat detection system, particularly the amygdala, becomes more sensitive when uncertainty increases. Uncertainty activates similar neural pathways as physical danger. So you don't just feel confused, you feel unsafe. That's why you crave labels during this phase: introvert, entrepreneur, creative, partner, disciplined, lost. Labels reduce cognitive load, they compress complexity into something stable. But when no label fits, your nervous system interprets it as risk. This is why being between identities feels heavier than it logically should. Your brain would rather you be a flawed certainty than an undefined possibility. You don't need to force clarity. You need to navigate uncertainty skillfully.